mindful friends. Today we're going to be talking about moving away from problem finding and solving towards intentional volition. In our culture, we tend to approach self-improvement from the angle of finding the issue, the problem, what's wrong, and then determining what we need in order to fix it. But the problem with this is that now we're always problem seeking. And the way that we're relating to self and starting our self-improvement is with an attitude of, I don't like this about myself. I don't like this about my body. I don't like this about my mental state. How can I fix it? So now you're approaching self as a fixer, finding what's wrong and making it better. And seeing self in this way is kind of building a negative relationship with ourselves from the get-go of how we're starting our growth journey. As you're starting it on a foot of, what don't I like about you? And yes, with the intention of kind of moving towards something different or better, but now we've built a foundation on you're not good enough, that you're not doing this well enough, or this is a part of you we don't like, and that's not a super great foundation to stand on. And it creates a culture that no matter where we arrive, there's always another problem to find. Is that Tara Brach kind of describes it as, we're always asking the question, what's wrong here? And that question creates a lot of suffering within us, that we're always looking for what's wrong here. And you notice in yourself, just wherever you're approaching that, if you're looking at it with your own being, so self-reflection of what's wrong here in your partnership, your relationships, your job, if you're always asking the question, what's wrong here, you're always going to see that, and that's what's going to stand out for you. And then you're approaching, each experience, each present moment, and even your growth journey from an angle of, I gotta find out what's wrong and fix it. This is one way to look at self-improvement, right? And it's kind of what we've done, I think, most of our lives. But I like that mindfulness takes a different approach. So we're really trying not to see just what's wrong. We're not seeking out the problem and then the fix. Is what we do with mindfulness is bring love and acceptance to what is, be in the present moment, not seeking out the problem, not looking out for what's wrong, but being present here in each moment, very aware of what your intention is here and now. What is your volition to do, experience, be? Now you're starting off your entire journey, not on a foot of what's wrong with you, what's the problem here, but on the foot of, what do you want to experience? What do you want to invite more of into your life? What are you excited about? What do you want to gain from this? And then we create and build our intentions around that kind of looking for creation, what we want to cultivate, what we want to grow. And now, so instead of starting off on a foot of, what do I want to move away from? We're starting on a foot of, what do I want to move towards? What do I want to grow and cultivate? The seeds I want to plant. So I start with, I love that, just like gardening. Like, you're gonna start a seed here. Do you want to start the seed by looking at your garden and seeing all of the weeds and all the problems? Or do you want to start your garden by picking what flowers you want to start growing there, by what vegetables you want to produce? And that's what mindfulness does. What seeds do you want to grow? And when we do this, we automatically give ourselves permission to live in the present, letting that be enough if we show up there with our intention of finding in that moment the little seeds we're wanting to grow. Now, instead of looking for the problems, we're always focused on finding those little good seeds and how they show up in everything, in every experience. And how can we identify those seeds? And then what do we need to do to water them? So that's what we're looking for. We have the seeds. Now you're able to engage with them in each present moment. And then you start building the skills to be able to water those seeds, to cultivate the good seeds. Now your whole journey is based on growing this beautiful, fruitful garden versus attacking, destroying, and pulling out the bad weeds or the intruders or what doesn't belong. So it's a very pleasant process. It's a loving process. And in that, you get to take your journey with a much healthier relationship towards self. So now there's no self-loathing or condemnation that motivates the first steps to change. Instead, what motivates the first steps to change is this knowing, this internal knowing of who you really are, what you can move towards, your potential. And it's this love for self, that I see the goodness in you. I know that these seeds of what I want to experience are accessible within you and present. So you start your journey on love and appreciation and acceptance of what is. And then you get to focus on each present moment and how joyful is it that now your journey is about seeing the seeds of good that are already present within you and around you. And now you get to do your work that is also very fun, finding your resources and your skills that now nourish and feed these good seeds within you and around you. And so your whole process is built on a positive intention. And where the mind goes and the attention goes, that's what grows. So you get to start building this reality within you and around you that kind of cultivates more and more and builds more and more into what you do want to experience. And you base it on love for self and the world. So I invite you this week to look at how you're approaching your self-care or your self-improvement. Did you base it all off of things you don't like about yourself, off of finding what's wrong here? Or are you basing it off of what you love about self, what you know is present, the seeds that are already present, and how you would like to grow them and cultivate them, and your intention of what you want to move towards? And start noticing how those two feel very different and how they motivate you in different ways as you begin that transformation journey. If you enjoy these talks and would like to join us for group sessions or individual coaching, you can find us at newleafmindfulness.com. And these teachings and so many more are in my book, Living from the Heart, Healing Ourselves So We Can Heal the World, which is now available in print and audiobook anywhere that you buy those. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I hope to see you all very soon.